Welcome to Guided Reading Lesson 4, when I'm going to continue reading you the story of Cole's Kingdom. Now, you may remember from last lesson, Cole has been given the keys to his grandma's attic. He's never been allowed there before. He's going there on his own. So these 2 pages are a description of the attic and what's in there. We're going to read it, we'll talk about some new vocabulary, and then we have 3 comprehension questions. The attic was long and gloomy, and filled with mixed up shapes and threatening angles. So gloomy means that it was dark, it wasn't light. Light seeped in from 3 grimy skylights. Grimy means dirty, and this here is a skylight. Some houses have them, and it's basically a window in the roof, and it lets light through. And the air swam with dust. Fresh rain tapped its fingertips on the roof, and the wind whipped through the trees outside. This sentence here, fresh rain tapped its fingertips on the roof, is an example of personification, because rain does not have fingers and it doesn't tap. But when you make it sound like a person doing that, it makes the story more interesting and it makes the description more effective. Cole felt very far away from everyone, as if the world and everything in it were trapped within the attic itself. He stuffed Grandma Jenny's keys into his pocket and fumbled around the doorway until he found an old-fashioned light switch on a chain. The word fumbled, when you're looking for something, when you're feeling, often in a dark place, and you can't really find it, that's fumbling. When he pulled, a smattering of ancient bulbs in ornate light fittings blinked on. Here, this is an ornate light fitting. A light fitting is what hangs from your ceiling. Ornate is this style. Very old-fashioned, lots of very detailed designs. That's what ornate means. Whoa, Cole breathed. He had expected mouldy boxes and bags of old clothes and toys, like his family's attic at home. Here, this is mould on this box. This is a mouldy box. Mould grows on things in the damp. You will also get mouldy bread as well, if it's too old. But as he stepped closer, he saw that Grandma's could not have been more different. Cole was standing at the edge of what looked like a model town, made of the strangest collection of objects he had ever seen, piled up in towers and heaps with narrow avenues of floorboards between them. There were cupboards and dressers, a type of furniture, made of dark wood with leaves and flowers carved into their grain. When Cole opened their drawers, he found them stuffed full, silver tankards and brass candlesticks. So silver tankards means like jugs made of silver, and candlesticks are what you put candles in, and ancient hard-backed books with golden stamped titles. Cole opened a large chest filled with clothes that looked like they had come from Victorian times. Then he opened a small chest and found rows upon rows of large dangling earrings, arranged on a cushioned tray. He was going to need a bigger box. He brushed by an old rocking horse. Here is an old rocking horse. This is what children used to play on in olden times. Oil paintings and porcelain dolls. Now this is a doll. Porcelain means made out of pottery, like a vase, like a plate. Nowadays dolls are made of plastic, but in the olden days they were made of porcelain. A rusty old bicycle and a leather saddle. Stepping closer to inspect a carved wooden mirror with a gilded handle, Cole almost tripped over something on the ground. He crouched to look. A tangle of faded fabric. So fabric is like material that your curtains or your sheets are made from, was sitting on the dusty floorboards, and even among this strange array of objects, it looked out of place. If something looks out of place, it means you wouldn't expect to find it there. As Cole mused, a sparkle of light called out to him from the centre of the fabric nest. He pulled at it cautiously, so that's very carefully, revealing what looked like a piece of fine jewellery, snuggled tightly inside. The strange object was a metal disc a little bigger than Cole's palm. So your hand, that's your palm. It was made of gleaming gold, shaped into an intricate pattern and encrusted with dazzling jewels. So an intricate pattern, this piece of gold, it's been designed into a very detailed and intricate pattern and encrusted with dazzling jewels. Encrusted with jewels means it's got jewels stuck into it like diamonds and rubies and emeralds. So, as we did yesterday, I have got an extract for you to read on your screen, and the question is, name one metal object Cole sees. Pause the video and then we'll go through the answer. Okay, metal, we've got silver tankards. So if you put silver tankards, that would be one. Brass candlesticks. Both of those are examples of metal. There is nothing else there that's described as metal. If you put golden stamped titles, that's actually wrong. This is talking about books, and the books have got gold on their title, but they're not made of metal, right? It's made of paper. You sometimes see this on old books. So the answer is either a silver tankard or a brass candlestick. So, number 2, how does light enter the room? Press pause, write your answer, then we'll go through it. Okay, light enters the room through the skylights. Look at this here. This is our skylight here, this one. And that's how light is getting into the attic. Number 3, we've got the same extract you've just read, but a different question. What is the weather like outside during this moment? So pause the video. Okay, so if you put it was raining or it was windy, then you get that right. If you put rainy and windy, well done. So that's the end of today's guided reading lesson. We will continue with the rest of the story and we'll finish chapter 1 tomorrow in lesson 5. Thank you for taking part, and I will see you next time.